Now, the 1993 games at Stuttgart had an event in which may be the only time I'll ever mention this. But first, the games in 1993 had an increase of 20 nations from the past year in 1991. 1991 had about 160 nations participating, while the games in 1993 had about 180 nations. On another subject, the one event that particularly got my attention was the 50-kilometer walk. You see, there has been one competitor named Jesus Angel Garcia Bargada who has been race walking since 1993, and guess what? He's still doing race walking to this day. The most recent race walking he's done is at the Rio 2016. He is also known for having the most attended Olympic Games ever. There's also one other event that caught my attention, and that was the 4x100 meter relay on the men's. This event was one of the most anticlimactic events for good reason. I say this because the United States had the most powerful relay team you could ever think of. The team had 3 Olympic runners that had gone under 44 in an open 400, and the team couldn't have gotten any better from the looks of things. Sure, it would have been beast if they had 4 runners to go under 44 in an open 400, but the fact that they had 3 runners just made them look more powerful than the rest of the field. There was also a new world record set in the men's 110 meter hurdles by an athlete named Colin Jackson, a British athlete who won silver at the 1988 Olympics at Seoul. Sadly, after his world record, he will not seem to win any more gold medals for the Olympics. On the other hand, he does come back to win 1 more world championships later into his career and would have his world record last for about a decade. Kenyan runner Moses Kiptanui would come back to not only win his event twice, but would also set a new championship record in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. In the sprinting events, there was honestly not much that went on, except the fact that there was a new athlete by the name of Frankie Fredericks, a 2-time silver medalist at the 1992 Olympics, and set a new championship record in the 200 meter. The women's events was also quite interesting to watch. The women's 100 meter finals was quite the intense one to watch. The championship record was tied between Gally Devers and Marilyn Audi with a time of 10:82. In the distance events, the Chinese were dominating the field, with 3 Chinese athletes took first place in the 1500 meter, 3000 meter, and 10,000 meters. To make things better, the Chinese took the top 3 places in the 1500 meter. British athlete Sally Gunno set a new world record in the 400 meter hurdles. She was the 1992 Olympic champion at the 400 meter hurdles and won silver at the 1991 Tokyo World Championships. One intense event that I've been saving was the 4x100 meter. Like the women's 400 meter, the 4x100 meter woman ended up the same way, where both American and Russian relay team ended up in a tie. To make things even more intense, the both teams set a new championship record with the time being 41:49. There was also another championship record set in the 4x400 meter with a time of 3:16 by the United States, and this time there was no ties with Russia like the 4x100 meter. On the field side, there was quite a few championship records on the men's side. On the women's side, there was only 1 world record on the field section, which by itself is impressive to be the only record set on the field side of the women's. Back to the men's field events, I'm going to just talk about the ones that interested me, and that should wrap things up. The decathlon champion Dean O'Brien reclaimed his title as the world championship. To me, reclaiming the title in one of the most difficult, if not the most difficult event is very impressive. To make things even better, he would set a new championship record. Sergei Bubka, the defending pole vaulting champion, set a new championship record in his 4th world championship, and to pull that off is very impressive after 10 years. The championship records that were set at the championships were the men's 200 meter, 3000 meter steeplechase, 110 meter hurdles, 4x100 meter relay, triple jump, javelin throw, pole vault, decathlon, women's 100 meter, 3000 meter, 10,000 meter, 400 meter hurdles, 4x100 meter relay, 4x400 meter relay, and triple jump. This was quite an interesting championship to look at with all the new records that were set. Despite the fact that there was quite a load of events where there was no records set, the amount of records set in this championship by itself is enough to say that the games in 1993 was one intense one to watch.